Good morning, everyone. This is Joseph with J and Unique Designs. Thank you so much for coming back with me today. I wanted to come on today to share with you and from the beautiful gardens florals that was just released from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and also to share with you that I wanted to thank you so much for all of your support over the years. I greatly appreciate it. I am no longer a part of the Elizabeth Craft Designs design team. Elizabeth Craft Designs family. So it's been a very interesting change, but due to my schedule and due to just everything that's going on, I want to thank you very much for all your support over the last several years, and I still look forward to making videos with you, but I will be using some products. As I said, I will always be a part of the Elizabeth Craft Designs family. It is tough to move on. It is tough for change, but I've had major discussions, and this is going to be for the best. So, like I said, thank you, and I'm going to have some fun with the beautiful garden, the new garden release from Elizabeth Craft Designs, designed by Angelica. And let's get to it. So let's turn the camera around here and take a look. So, as you know, Elizabeth Craft Designs just released this beautiful line from Angelica. Let me see if I can get my board here straight, because I haven't done this live in a while, and what's ended up happening is, obviously, things have changed. So, let's see here. I think that will do. That will do for now. I wanted to revisit an old technique, a couple of old techniques that I haven't done in a very long time. One of those techniques is using glitter on florals. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my card first. So I'm going to use this little distresser from Tim Holtz here, paper distresser. And all I'm just going to do is I'm going to go back and forth until I can get a nice little distressed edge here. It is a pretty cool tool, I have to admit. Now, I don't know if they have this still, but I'm pretty sure they do. Somewhere. So, let's see here if I can do this without making too big of a mess. Let's see here. Alright, so it looks good. The page now looks perfect. And I'm just going to throw all the dust in my trash can. That's right off to the side of my desk here. So I'm going to take this piece. This is part of Angelica's new design. I love the paper. It's just a nice little, very pastel, very beautiful creation. I'm going to add some tape to the back of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right in the center here, just evenly. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some foam dots. I have some foam dots here. I got these at BoQ Creations from Joyce. So if you need anything in regards to your crafting supplies, feel free to reach out to Joyce at BoQ Creations, and she will give you the best of products. I like this foam dot because it's nice and small, and it has a very nice release to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of foam dots here to all the sides and all the corners, just so that this thing pops up nicely. Just like that. And as I mentioned, you can peel this off very easily. It doesn't take very much. Some phenomenal stuff. And I'll put a link to Joyce's website at the bottom in the info section of this post. So place this right in the middle here. there. Good. That looks kind of cool. The page is starting to come together already. So the next thing I'd like to do is I'm going to set this aside because I don't know if you remember when you're doing florals with glitter. I've already created a few here, but I will show you how I created these. And I already created these pieces here off to the side here, and I'll show you again how I created these. Basically, you remember that I use Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive sheets. So this is one of the sheets backing here. The sheets itself is phenomenal because you can place the sheets. If you peel the sheets off, I wish I had another sheet. I guess I ran out. But if you place double-sided adhesive on one side of the soft finish cardstock and peel it off, basically it makes that sheet sticky. So what you want to do is you want to die cut on the sticky side, so on the release sheet side. So the tape, there's tape in between the Elizabeth Craft Designs soft finish cardstock, and there's tape in the middle, and then this is the release sheet. You want to cut with the release sheet facing up, the die facing down on top of here. Once you get that, imagine as if this was a cut here. So, sorry about the cough, obviously. I'm still dealing with that respiratory infection also, but I'm doing well. So you take this and you cut off the pieces from here, as you can see. The release sheet's facing up, the paper is at the bottom, if that makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to guide you through that. I'm going to bring in my glitter tray here. So I'm bringing in my glitter tray and I'm going to do this. This is the type of floral that I'm going to make today. So I'm going to do two colors. It's going to be the cool white, which is number 642, and I'm going to do saffron, which is number 612. And how I achieve that is I use the release sheet as to my benefit. What I do is I peel off the release sheet and I hold it off to the side of the floral. Again, this is a technique that has been done for a while now, and I'm just revisiting it just because I wanted to come on here and play with the new garden release from Elizabeth Craft Designs and kind of relive some old memories. So all I did was, if you notice how I just pasted, I put the release sheet back on with a little bit of the tape adhesive exposed. You can see that right off to the side there. So the tape is exposed on just a little edge. Using that release sheet continues to give it its design. Again, I'm going to peel this sheet off here. Like that. See, I'm peeling it off. And then we have another piece here, so I'll save that for now. And all I'm doing is I am placing this with a little bit of the edge exposed, and then I'm tearing it, so I don't need very much there. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I am taping it here, and I am taking this, and I am also placing it right on the edge here. So just very little, and then I'm taking my hands, and I'm just rubbing this double-sided, the release sheet onto the glue so it doesn't have to stick too much. And I'll take some saffron and I'll pour it right into the middle of my coffee filter here. And I'm just going to dip the edge in. See, just dip the edge around the side. Just like that. And I'll use my hands, my fingers, to varnish, to brush that glitter right into the floral. Just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Again, use my fingers here to varnish. And do this. And then I have a little sheet of paper here next to me. It's just a dust rag here that I'm just going to wipe off the glitter, excess glitter. I don't want any glitter on my fingers. going to turn this sheet over so I'm not mixing the colors. Stick it right onto my Swiffer pad here. And then here comes the fun part. I'm going to peel off all of the release sheets off of the flowers, petals. Just be very careful when peeling so you don't get any of the saffron into that center section. Just like that. And that. And then I'll take the cool white glitter. I'll just dump some cool glitter, cool diamond here, right on top. Pick that up. And I'm just going to use my fingers to varnish that. Just go from the white out of the petal so that it doesn't contaminate. And then I pour and I dump. I'll tap this off just as such, and then I'll varnish it as such. I have not had any issues with contaminating that saffron into my cool glitter, so I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll place that right back into the cool diamond, and set this here. And so I'm gonna do that. Oh, I forgot a floral here. So I gotta bring out my tray one more time. And let's see here. Do this. This one is just a very simple color, so I don't have to do anything fancy with this. And I'll just varnish it while I can, while the other powder is still there. Again, I'm not worried about the mixing of this color because it's this green, it's a simple green, and so just this. Pour this green back in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this tray aside. And I'm going to use, I have a Swiffer pad here off to the side that I will use just to clean my hands. I'm going to bring in my my styrofoam here from Tim Holtz, and I'm going to bring in my stylus, my ball stylus, and all I'm just going to do with this flower is I'm just going to press it down like this to give it a little bit of dimension on the back side. And I'll take the smaller side and I'll press down right on the edge here just to see how it pops up a little bit. Gives it a little bit more of dimension, just like that. Set that aside. And then time for the florals. I'm trying to debate on whether I want to use an old technique here. I am going to still use the ball stylus, but I'm also going to use a new one from Dress My Craft here. These are the golf stylus or the golf ball stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pull down and give it a little bit more dimension. Just because the glitter on the front side, all the embossing line that was on the floral doesn't exist anymore because of the glitter. So what I'll do is I'm going to start off with the edge, so it gives it a little bit more crinkle, a little bit more of a floral design. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do the sides first, and I'll come down the middle. This is the biggest one from Dress My Craft tool here. I'm going to do that to all of these. I'm going to sit here and play with this. See, again, just because of the glitter going on here, on the tape and everything, all of the embossed lines are now gone. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year, if I didn't get a chance to say that. It's definitely a great start to 2024. I am looking forward to all the fun. I have some great announcements towards the end of this video. Um, so I will be sharing that with you in a little bit here. Yeah, with the smaller ones, I'm just drawing. As you can see, there's no rhyme or reason to how I'm putting these together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 petals and 2 petals. I'm not using 3 on these. So, and there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just giving some shape to my florals, as you can see. All right, set this aside for a moment. I'm going to fix this a little bit. There we go. I just noticed how crooked this thing is, and I'm not used to it being like this. That's better. That's better. Okay. You're noticing off to the side here, these are my handmade pens that I've been working on, so I'm enjoying doing that very much. I'm going to take the smallest ball stylus that used to be from Elizabeth Craft Designs. If you have this tool, great. If you don't, any ball stylus would work. And I'm using the very small point, and I am pressing down onto the florals. Be very careful when you're doing this, though, because you can poke a hole right in the middle like I just did, and it's not fun to do that. The other thing that you can do, and I've done this before, so I've just used the ball stylus and I've pressed it up. Press my flower up like that. Okay. I'll do that. And that. 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 And that. And I'm done. I'm going to bring that piece back into the center here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this card kind of like this. I'm going to have it. I'm going to have the plants kind of climbing the card, and I'm going to bring in my Sweet Petunia glue gun here. My Sweet Petunia glue press thing. This thing is really fun to use if you don't cause it to be stuck. So I'm going to place some glue on the back here. And all I'm doing is I'm placing it down so that the top of the stem doesn't run off of the side here. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here. And so it doesn't run all the way down here. Just like that. And then I'm going to take hot glue gun, because hot glue gun works a little bit better, and I use this Dremel glue pen because it works a little bit better than any glue gun I've ever used before. Number one, it's rechargeable. Number two, it heats up super fast. And number three, I don't have very many issues with it dripping. So I am very happy with it. So while it's green like this, that means it's almost ready. I normally give it a couple extra seconds here, and I'm going to clean up my little workspace around here just a bit so that I don't have to worry too much about things. Let's see here. And it's ready. So it's just a couple seconds, and the glue is ready, you see? how quick it is. And I like to use a ball stylus to place this so that it sticks better. Press down right in the middle. It gives me a little bit more tension to hold the floral up. And then I'll place another one here, right off center, just like that. Just like that. Now maybe place a couple more here. And that. Like I said, I've never had very many issues with this this type of a glue gun, just because it doesn't drip much. So I'm just building my florals here, as you can see. I'll press down a little bit more until the glue sets. There we go. I'm going to place another one of these right up here. Another one of these. And then finally, one more right here off the edge. I'll do right about there. Whoops, accidentally turn off my glue gun there. There's that. And then what I'll do next is I'll take my tweezers, and I created these centers here with glitter, and I'm just going to place them right in the middle here, just to give it a little bit more of an accent. Just like that. And I'm just going to go around and place these right in the centers. Florals are, from Elizabeth Craft Designs, are very fun to make. They're very unique because they don't have to be very realistic. They're called wildflowers. They're called wild for a reason. And there's that. What I'll do is I'm going to take some of my leaves here and add a little bit more greenery around the area that feels like it needs it. So like this one here, I'll add it right underneath here. Just like that. I'll take this one here, this 3-petal here. I'm going to probably add it right over here. Add it right underneath here. Just like that. Add a few more of these, because I know I have plenty. Sometimes this thing needs a little bit of help, so I just help it along. because it's designed to put another stick in there so it doesn't get clogged up. So I'll place this one here, into there. I'll take one more. Right there. Then I also created these small little florals here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place these right in various places just to give it a little bit more of an accent. So I'll do that. And 3 in each location sounds good. There's a string there for some reason, string of glue. Do the same thing up here. And let's see here. I think we are doing good on timing. I'm going to place this right up here. And I might place a couple more just right along this edge here, because I have 3 more. I have 3 more flowers that I can place. Just along here. Just like that. And then I will take one more thing. I'm going to take the new garden release party here, one of their stamps here. And let me see. I want to say happy birthday probably. I'll make a quick happy birthday card, just because you never know when you need a birthday card. And I'll take, what did I want it to take here? Let's see, I don't have any more pieces. I don't have any more. The garden release stamps here, the garden party stamps. It is a great set. It has a lot of nice little dies to it, nice little stamps. But instead of doing that, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use, so this comes to the part where I'm going to give you a hint. I am, as you know, working part-time just for fun, designing cards and stuff. So a long time ago, I was working and helping out with products and projects from Honeybee Stamps, and it's been fun. It's they have some phenomenal 3D things. Like I created this dove using the Honeybee Stamps, and I think I'm going to add the Honeybee Stamps dove like right there, because I think that does everything that I need it to say. It says love, the dove of peace is carrying that. So what I can do is I can place it like it's flying down like this. And it has what it needs to say. It says it's the love, the peace there. I might add it in here, you know, coming into the floral, coming out of the floral, and then maybe a strip of blessings here, love and spring blessings, or something like that. So I thank you. Let me turn this camera around here. I thank you for joining me for this short video. It does mean a lot to me that you are still subscribed and watching my channel. Um, and I have some news that I'll be sharing with you, good news, be sharing with you in the next couple of weeks here. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much, and like I said, enjoy making florals. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.